Plaster the system.
Yeah, so sub only. It's not combat jiu-jitsu today because you got to get the state athletic board involved in that. So it's easier just to do our standard grappling EBI rules. And that means that there is, all submissions are legal in the normal range of submissions. Things like spiking, that's illegal. Fish hooks, which is always illegal, is illegal. Smothering, which is sometimes legal, is illegal. But everything else is legit. You've got 10 minutes to finish somebody in regulation. If there's no submission in the regulation, we go to overtime, and it's like a college football style overtime where everybody gets a shot. So then we're going to do 3 overtime rounds. The reason why it gets reduced to 1 overtime round in some tournaments is really because of TV. Right? And since there's no TV involved in this, we'll do it the pure format, which is 3 overtime rounds. All right? If there's a submission in an overtime round and only 1 submission, then it's over. But if there's a submission at the top of the round, the person at the bottom of the round gets a shot too. And if he doesn't get a submission, that's the end. Anyway, so then it's either by submission or fastest escape time. So we will count your escape times as well. And if at the end of 3 overtime rounds there has not been a submission, we go by fastest escape time. All right? Any questions about that stuff so far? Nope. Carlos, let me borrow you. It's very important in the beginning. And actually, could I borrow Brandon too? And you'll be, so could you sit down? Brandon's gonna take your back. In the very beginning of an overtime round, I'm going to make sure that Brandon's got what he wants and that Carlos has what he wants. It has to be a 2-on-1. There's other ways to defend the back, but in the beginning you have to have both hands on the choking arm. That's part of the rule set. They are up straight. I have my back right behind Brandon's, I have my knee right behind Brandon's back to prevent him from leaning back, because that's an advantage if you're already leaning. Likewise, they can't be leaning forward. I gotta prevent that as well. So I have my hands here. I'll ask the timekeeper if she's ready. And then I'll ask the competitors if they're ready. And then it's ready, set, go. And that's live. All right? Now, go to spiderweb, please. So here we are in spiderweb. In spiderweb, he's got a deep hook, and he has one hand on the mat. He can't grab the knee the way we used to, come back, and he's also got to be sitting up. He can switch his arms to the other direction, so you've got one arm in and one hand on the mat. That's the rule, and that's about it. All right, any questions? Everybody? Yes?
The defense for that, does it have to be here?
You can use a Gava grip if you like. Some people prefer that. I don't know why, but no. Some people do. All right. Actually, Dempsey likes it that way. So, and that's it. And then we'll have Eddy speak a few words before we get going, and everybody knows the brackets, so let's do it. We're ready.
All right, guys. You ready? From this point on, Combat Jiu-Jitsu Worlds is going to be my main focus. And that was the first plan. EBI was the backup plan. Sub-only was something that, there's enough tournaments out there doing sub-only. You know what I mean? I wanted to get Combat Jiu-Jitsu in from, since 2012, when Capella did it he was the first one, and then Nate Harris did the second one. The problem was, and you guys have all heard the story, the commission didn't want to let me do it outside of the cage. And you can't do combat jiu-jitsu in the cage. It looks like pussy-ass MMA. You know what I mean? But you do combat jiu-jitsu on jiu-jitsu mats, it looks like gangster jiu-jitsu. Like, no pure jiu-jitsu guys want to do it. They're like, fuck that, are you crazy? So I was forced to do sub-only and just say, you know what, the commissions, and I understand. They were like, what the fuck is he talking about? It's a new sport, it's a new idea. They're like, okay, we'll sanction it, but you gotta keep it in a cage. And they wanted to do 3 2-minute rounds. Like I wanted 1 10-minute round. You can have breaks in grappling. It's just fucks everything up. But anyways, after like EBI 10, I went back to the commission and said, what about now? And from the success of EBI, they were all into it. And most of the guys in the amateur commission are jiu-jitsu guys. Like there's black belts, I got a couple black belts. They love jiu-jitsu. So once I came back from the second time, they go, hell yeah, do it on the mats, just like you do in EBI. They let me do it the way I wanted to. And they love it. They love doing combat jiu-jitsu shows. They show up and they're constantly telling me that it's one of the most entertaining forms of grappling that they've been involved with. So from this point on, it's gonna be Combat Jiu-Jitsu Worlds. We're gonna establish world champions in every weight class. Because right now we got the championships we got 170-pound EBI CJJ champion. That's Boogeyman. EBI is not dead. We're just gonna establish all the world champions in combat jiu-jitsu first, and then we're gonna come back to EBI probably in about a year. EBI Open's that's coming soon. We're gonna have an EBI for everybody. Probably, I don't know if we have the date, maybe August or September, something like that. Victor's on the case. So from this point on, whether it's EBI or Combat Jiu-Jitsu Worlds, we're including palm strikes. Unfortunately, doing combat jiu-jitsu against your own teammates, you know, I don't think we're gonna do that for a while. So this tournament, the qualifier, 10PQ, is gonna be sub-only rules, EBI rules. But know that whoever wins this tournament today will be guaranteed the alternate match, unalternate match. There's gonna be 2 of them. And so they're guaranteed a fight. And if for some reason Gio or Ben Eddy, who have the guaranteed spots, get hurt and can't do it, the guy who wins today moves in to the main bracket. So that can happen. Gio never gets hurt though, but that can happen. He did have like some infection in his foot once, had to pull out of a fight. That happened once, but. And Ben Eddy, has he ever been hurt? Never, right? So without any further ado, 10PQ.
Always looking inside.
That knee in the middle. Start with the flat and off and get it over on the back.
Control right.
You know what I'm saying? That's good.
You don't control the position.
Shoulders and the ankles. On the mash.
Don't take them down. Don't take them down.
Pushing shoulders too. Just being aware of the inside position with his legs.
Shit back if you need.
There you go. Keep going. There you go. Yep. Using those staples. That's beautiful.
Drag, spark back in the head down. If you focus too high, there you go. Don't let them get comfortable. Never let them get comfortable. Beautiful, beautiful. All the way through, all the way through, all the way through. And we play.
We'll just start getting your knee down now. Be aware that's that orchard. Head to chin, and get your shoulder back in. Head to shoulder. Head to chin, start wiggling that shoulder and start wiggling with your elbows. Build your elbow across to his head. Wiggling those shoulders in. Head to chin, head to chin, head to chin.
Back to the side.
Strong with your elbows. Head to chin, head to chin.
Get that up to the side right now. You can get that. Go.
Keep your elbow on the other side of his hip.
A little bit.
Watch those angles, be careful. Look to regain the angle, head to chin.
Let's get the top on right there. One more down. The other one.
Yep. Chin, try it. Either stand inside your crunches or look for those BJ pants. Pushing the shoulders, don't let them relax.
Don't get comfortable.
There you go. Keep it up. Get the pressure going. Hip grips to underhooks. Nice. There you go. There you go. Keep it up.
Once again, we're in
Let's go. Start smashing that knee down with your chest. Go for pressure.
right there. You shoot if you need to.
Start stapling that while laying down. Start getting that top knee under your chest. That inside knee down the middle.
Get your knee inside. You don't get too far.
5 minutes.
Keep that chin grip. Keep that chin grip. Pass, yep. Start stretching past the legs.
Up in there.
Lock the hips.
Control the hips.
Pump up. Frame up.
Prevent the inversion.
Gonna try to get that leg drag on there. Some good frame right now.
Stay patient. Beat the knee. Beat the knee.
Frame harder.
Beat the knee. Nice. 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 Traps. Yep. Nice. That's it.
Okay, beautiful. top, get on top, get on top. You get on top as well if you need to, okay?
Alright, here you go,
Top
here
as
you
well.
go. Keep it up.
Beautiful.
Left threes and beat your pads.
Always do it, always do it, always
Always fly with your head. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep going.
Good
position, head
Good.
Stop.
4 minutes.
4 minutes, Gabe. Let's get good frames.
Control. Control.
Need you breathing the whole time. Watch out that head and arm.
You can mount or side control. It's on you.
Get your arm back.
Keep beating that knee. Keep beating that knee.
Go well right here.
Working great
Breathe,
so
I
far.
need you breathing the whole time. Okay,
There
Gabe.
you go.
Shin to shin.
Knee all the way out.
Get up.
Knee all the way out.
All right, recenter.
Keep playing your game.
Okay?
You're looking good.
Time?
Pressure.
3 minutes, 15 seconds.
Yep, right there. Beat your
3:15, guys.
There it is again, Gabe. Don't let them get comfortable, okay? We have 3 minutes left.
Keep going. It's yours. Settle past the hips.
I need you framed up.
If you think about Kimura's and gift wraps.
Remember, Gabe, you gotta work right here. Same thing. Yup.
Keep it up. Take your time. You're in a great spot, right? No rush. Just keep playing your game.
Frame up.
Collect the elbow. Start collecting the elbow, right? All the way behind him. Leg drag. You're in on a leg drag. You can take the back too. Keep it up.
You still bump
You
them up.
go truck.
There it is, Gabe. Grab that foot. Beautiful.
Keep it up. Keep the pressure. Head as a limb, right? Use that head to
Good arm.
flatten that shoulder.
That leg through.
There you go. Look for those chin.
Get your head back.
2 minutes
Gabe.
left.
Stop letting them drip over your head.
guys. Breathe.
Stop letting them drip over your head, Gabe.
Look for it.
That's how you're pressing your
Push
guard.
his elbow in too. There you go.
Line them out. Match them out.
Start
Can't let him
pushing
get
his shoulder
comfortable,
under.
Gabe.
Start
Let him
pushing,
move.
start pushing his elbow under.
Start getting a little bit better frames.
You can take it
Lock
time.
his hips.
We're also taking the back too.
Frame. Bring that knee inside. Always looking to regard.
There you go.
Elevate.
You can push his elbow down, force it on the
There it
back.
is.
Good. Keep that knee down the middle. Keep it up, Tony. Keep going.
1 minute.
1 minute, Gabe. Don't stop working. That's strong butterfly right there.
Got your no hand pass right there too. Start stabilizing down. Yep, through the elbow. Yep.
You can just lock that right there to come away from the head.
Looking for that ice cream. Going. Yep. I like it. Chaining, right?
30 seconds.
Take what he gives you.
All right, now we gotta
Use it as a pass.
bump it up. Make sure you get
There you
that
go.
right here for this position. So make sure you're always laying your hands right here. Nothing there, no
Pushing that knee
change.
down. You can get your out.
Nothing up now.
Keep advancing. Keep going forward. Right, watching the dodges. Turning out.
10 seconds.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Time.
You got 2 minutes max on each shoulder side.
I'm gonna flip a coin. All right, you're gonna call it while it's in the air. And heads it is. Do you want offense or defense? All right. And what do you want?
Back.
Back. Could you sit right here for me, please?
Beautiful, Gabe.
Okay. Facing that direction.
You're Tony. You're
There you
here.
go.
Kind of like that right, like pinching your elbows on the seat belt.
Timekeeper, are you ready? You got what you want, Dave?
Yep. Leg curl.
Got what
too.
you got?
Leg curls.
Ready, set, go!
Keep on fighting. Don't stop moving until it's time to get out. Always moving, always fighting the hand.
Looking to fight the hands. Start looking to pin. Looking for that shoulder grip.
You know what time you want right there.
Yep. Keep fighting the hands. Ear to ear.
Don't come on. Don't let me get too deep at all at any time. Start fighting the leg with your legs while you're fighting the hands. Come on, bring in that leg. You have to go to the other side this time. Don't go now. Your head's right there. Put it up, 1-1. Get off the head.
Nice.
Take him to that side, take him to that side. Take him to that side. Now he's stuck.
Keep walking that.
You gotta fight
Walk
the hand,
walk
get that hand over your
walk
shoulder.
that shoulder grip. Always keep an underhook. Keep an underhook until you get a good shoulder grip, right?
Keep on turning. Back to the mat. Always back to the mat. Always your back to the mat. Always aiming. Keep on turning. Keep on pushing. Nothing there. I need you to hip out. Keep on hipping out. Kick your leg out. One more. Keep on turning.
You gotta escape that arm.
Keep on turning. Keep on turning.
Remember, stop. There's no hurry here. Stop it. You make sure it's.
Keep on moving, go. Keep on turning. Scrape them off.
Right? Shoulder grip. Keep walking it up.
Keep on fighting the hands.
Tight with the head. Keep an underhook. Right arm underhook.
Side.
Get your head to the mat. Get that arm over your shoulder.
If you switch choking arms, switch underhooks too. Tight with the head.
10 seconds.
If you hit the wall, you just keep going in overtime. Don't stop if you hit the wall. The wall's part of the game.
Stop! Timekeeper, are you ready?
Bottom of the
You
second.
got what you want?
Or first. Sorry.
You got
Bottom
what
of
you want?
first.
This is the top, isn't it?
Bottom.
Oh, the bottom's on top? Okay. Ready, set, go!
Start working. Turn. Lock it up a little bit.
Yep. All the way out. Keep going. Scramble. Keep moving. Move. Tony. Move to a hip and keep turning. Move to a hip, keep turning.
Out! I get excited.
You gotta start escaping faster, okay?
Top of the
Right off the bat.
Top of the second.
No chill zone.
Timekeeper, you ready? You got what you want? You got what you want? Ready, set, go!
Start escaping now. You gotta start moving your hips. You gotta start moving your hips right away. You can't wait.
Just fight the hands ear to ear, looking for that shoulder.
Start pulling that leg, butterfly it out.
You can activate your hips a little bit too. Take advantage of that body triangle, right? Hear the exhales, little by little. Keep fighting the hands. Keep swimming that hand. Yep.
Either side. Doesn't matter. Just your head to the mat.
What are you doing?
Safe hands. Your guard casing.
Keep sneaking for that shoulder grip. Swim it through. Switch underhooks, switch overhooks. Switch head. Up. You can always go double unders too for just control.
1 minute.
Can't stop moving. You gotta move as well. You gotta drive up. Don't stop moving.
Keeping that leg curl, just ear to ear.
Keep on working. Always defending the neck. Beautiful, Gabe. Beautiful. Try to get out. 30 seconds out. Don't fight me, man.
Keep looking for that shoulder grip. Use your under to pin his wrist. And start looking for that shoulder grip.
5,
It's gonna blast out, so we gotta be strong.
Yeah, through.
All right, hand on the mat.
Get him on his back.
Stay square. Timekeeper, you ready? Got what you want? Got what you want. Ready, set, go!
Hit the skin. Keep coming up, all the way up, all the way up, all the way up. Coming up, get your knee all the way to that side.
Get the legs though, get the legs.
Get over his knee and start smashing it down. Start hitting. Keep turning. Yep.
Time! You ready? Yep. Got what you want? Ready, set, go!
Just look for that finish, homie. Look for that shoulder good. There you go.
I know what we got. Keep on fighting that hand. Keep on pushing. Come on, one. Don't let him just control. Come on, one. Come on, one. Turn.
Gabe has to submit him or he loses. That's it. He's behind on time.
Let's go, baby.
Timekeeper, are you ready?
He's gonna go
Got
for
what
that
you want?
bicep slice.
Got what you want? Ready, set, go!
Keep coming up. Yeah, use your free leg to fight. Get your start hip escaping. Getting your knee in his armpit. Get your knee in his armpit. Yep, keeping it through. Keep fighting that leg. Now start coming up. Get him to his back and start coming up. Turn. Keep going. Step it over. Keep going, Tony. Almost down.
Winner by fastest escape time!
Hey, that was awesome.
The premier finish-only Jiu-Jitsu tournament returns. Combat Jiu-Jitsu Worlds 2019, May 26th, live from Long Beach, California. The newest and most exciting rule set in submission-only grappling, featuring Chad George, Ben Eddy, Gio Martinez, John Calistine, Nick Honstein, Richard Alarcon, plus Hideo Tokoro, Nick Pace, Brendan Moreno, Marcelo Cohen, Sheridan Moran, Ara Maradian, Taylor Uwasa, Randy Villarreal, Gabriel Daffron, live and exclusive on UFC Fight Pass. Combat Jiu-Jitsu Worlds 2019, the Bantamweights.
Something that's changed in me from EBI 1, and now it's like, I'm not really trying to go out there and prove myself, you know what I mean? Like, I don't feel I have to prove myself anymore. I think people already respect me and they know what I'm capable of doing. Now it's more about just doing what I love, doing something that really makes me feel good, you know, and that's expressing myself and just doing something that I'm passionate about. I'm very passionate about jiu-jitsu, you know, I love it. It makes me feel good, it makes me happy, and you know, I'm always in a way trying to prove myself, but I feel I accomplished that already. Now it's more about just, you know, just enjoying what I do. Combat Jiu-Jitsu is something I haven't done yet. You know, I haven't went out there and people haven't really seen me in a more of a combat sport when it comes down to striking and, you know, people trying to throw attacks with their hands. That's something different. You know, I never done that before, but I know what I'm capable of doing, and I'm gonna surprise a lot of people. If you underestimate me, I think you're gonna be, you know, you're gonna be in for a surprise because I'm ready for these situations. Since I started Jiu-Jitsu, I've been training for these kind of moments, you know. The people I've been around, you know, some of them are really high-level MMA fighters, or some of them are combat jiu-jitsu champions already. I've been in the same training room with them, grinding hard, you know, and they know what I can do. And And if you've been around, you know what I can do. And now just to show the people that don't know what I can do, I'm gonna show them what's up. You know, they're gonna see what's up. There's no strikes from standing until we go to the floor, and that's, I feel safe on the floor. I feel like I'm strong there, even if there's strikes or not. You know, standing up is just something, I'm not like a professional boxer. I never trained boxing full time. Some people do, you know, and they love it, and that's fine. But to me, I'm just in love with grappling. Jiu-Jitsu has been proven to be the highest form of martial arts, the best. If you look at the early UFC, when people were going, you know, style versus style, like Jiu-Jitsu always wins. There's also like, I wouldn't say just Jiu-Jitsu, because I would say just grappling in general. Like there's Sambo guys, and obviously there's wrestlers, and you know, there's people that out there know judo, they can toss you. Like all these grappling skills are gonna benefit you, and they're all, to me, grappling's the strongest of martial arts. Like you have to know how to grapple. You don't have to be a perfect striker, because you can just take someone down and take them to your world.
Anyway, ready, set, go.
Funky.
Stay tight, stay tight, stay tight, stay tight. Watch the arm controls, watch the arm controls. Knees in the middle, knees in the middle. He's looking for triangle armbar combo. Watch the triangle armbar combo. Breathe, knee in the middle. Watch the Kimuras.
Sit back, pull that leg out.
Focus.
Back.
Breathe. Breathe, focus.
Drag.
Combo, exactly. Breathe. Knee in. Bridge. Keeping your inversion nice and tight. Frame, pushing, watch the flat arm bars. Exactly. Pull him in a guard.
There it is.
Range, Russian Nashi, always available.
Keep that wrist control right here.
Slow him down.
Don't let him control your ability. If we don't like our clinch yet, we can always stand back up so we're getting past him. Wrist roll your left arm.
Range.
Pull that leg back a little bit.
Back a little.
Range.
Double off. Gable grip under his leg next time.
Left wrist control here.
Push him back. Jump range.
Get him off your left wrist. Wrist roll here.
Range, keep your frames on, push him back. Use your foot to just push him back and just get some space and set him back up. Breathe.
No wrist control here.
When you want to take you, and you go for that leg, just go for the stars.
Breathe. Arm drags. Breathe. Hit your frame. Let's go.
Wherever your legs and hips are at, and you want to shoot that on the door right there.
Exactly. Come up. Minari. Back. Exactly. Rosendahl.
Watch that top leg entry.
Rosendahl.
And be aware of that top leg.
He wants to barambolo you.
Not very well.
He wants to barambolo you. Frames. Watch the hand control. Watch
No
the
wrist
hand
control here,
control.
Brandon.
Breathe.
Get him off your wrist control. Yeah, watch that leg come down there.
Take that.
Move, guys, move.
Get
Watch it on range. Super stomp.
There you go. Let's go to that hand. Just that hand on the inside.
Super stomp. Boom. Push him off in the range. Watch the darts.
Okay, we got a more grips too if he's trying to defend the dart.
Frames. Breathe. Keep the frames.
Underhook if you want to as well, just to pass.
We got
Bump him off.
That next strong, Brandon.
Whip it up to the left. Whip it up to the left.
Come up.
Fight over it.
Set it up. Nice. Throw it in. Throw it in. Exactly. Keep him here. Time to blast him. Keep him here. Slow him down. Overhook. Reverse grip. Reverse grip. Look back.
Good smash. Try to get back up on top.
Dodge is gonna be right there if he tries to
Get back
attack
up on
him.
top, man.
Shoot the break. Slow his ass down.
Get that hand behind you. So toss your back. There it is. Toss your back. Put that hand post behind you.
Pull your arm out.
Breathe.
Get your arm out. Get your arm free. He's gonna try to go extra.
Strip that wrist control.
If he tries to go
Strip
for
that
it.
wrist control.
The dodge is gonna be right there too. The dodge is gonna be right
You're
there.
already out, man. You're already out.
Smack him.
Stuff that knee.
Smack him.
He's already out. He's already out.
Smack him.
Nothing there. Nothing
Crack
there.
him. Head on the mat.
Nothing there. Nothing
Head on
there.
the mat.
Nothing
Head
there.
on the
Nothing there.
mat.
Nothing there. Look at the dodge is right there. The dodge is right there. The dodge is right there. The dodge is right there.
Yes, come up on top. Now
Break.
try to get that.
If he touches your leg, you dodge him.
You don't have to be a perfect striker because you can just take someone down and take them to your world. Now that there's strikes being involved, it's going to be different. You know, it's just going to change the game. If you and me are both even, you know, and you're a high-level black belt, I'm a high-level black belt, you're just a high-level grappler and we're going at it, I guarantee you it's going to be a different outcome with strikes, and if there wasn't strikes, it's going to be a different battle. Just because it changes the game, it's something different. It's like, you know, you're adding something to this already crazy jiu-jitsu submission-only game. Now you're adding strikes to it. That's gonna change it up, no matter what you think. You know what I mean? It's gonna switch it up, and I know that from just experiencing these, you know, these training sessions. They're different. It's not the same. You get tired. You open up things that you might never done before. It's gonna change your game, and you could do the same thing to them. You could get them tired and make them open up stuff that they never will give up unless you were striking them. You make them. You know, use the strikes as a weapon, obviously. You know, it's gonna add another weapon to the game. I wanna go out there and see if my jiu-jitsu works with strikes. You know, I've been wanting to do that, and full combat jiu-jitsu is something new, something fresh. We're right here, we're ready to take over. You know, something that people haven't really done to that big level, that next level, you know, and people wanna see, like, is your jiu-jitsu good when people are striking? Is your jiu-jitsu gonna work, you know? And Eddy, you know, obviously being one of the creators of this scene and this system, he's my master. I have to go out there and, you know, support what he does and prove to the world that this is the real deal right here. This is gonna be something different. It's gonna blow your mind. You haven't experienced it yet. So I wanna be part of that, you know, and I feel like this is something that's definitely on my, you know, list. I wanna check this and I wanna do it. I wanna accomplish it. It's one of my missions, one of my goals that I want to accomplish, and I'm not gonna go half-assed. I'm gonna go all in. You know, I gotta give it 100% and try to get those good results. You know, it's just cool to be part of this movement, and you know, jiu-jitsu, like I said, is bigger than what people think, because there's a bunch of little leagues, you know, that have all these exciting matches and exciting characters that they're all unique and hardworking athletes that you know, I mean, special breeds that not a lot of people could really do what they do. So, you know, people got to be more in tune with what's going on right now, because it's pretty incredible and it's awesome to be aware of what's going on. My brother, he's a combat jiu-jitsu champion already. You know, he's been in the game. He understands the process. Being around Ben Eddy, you know, he's already a champion. Being around Alima, she's already a champion. All these top level combat jiu-jitsu, they've been out there proving it already. I've been in the same room with them grinding, you know, so I know what it takes to hit that next level. And I already won EBIs before. I already know what that feels like. You know, I already know you got to go through hell. I already walked through hell a few times. They came out on top, you know, and I'm gonna have to walk through hell. Like I always say the same thing. I got to walk through hell to come on top, and I'm ready for war. I'm ready for the battle. I just know I'm gonna go in there and have fun and do what I do. And no matter what, no one can ever take that away from me. I want it so bad that like when I lose, it hurts, I think, more than a normal person, you know, but I can take it. Like, I like it, you know. I like to suffer well, they say, right? I like feeling that. I like feeling that pain sometimes, you know, losing and knowing that I'm not perfect and knowing that there's people out there that are better at me at this moment. That makes me want to train harder. That makes me want to get better. So every time I lose and I make a mistake, I want to come back way harder. You know, I want to come back with vengeance, and it just motivates me, and that's what keeps the fire burning. That I want to always come back. Even when I'm down, I always want to pick myself up and come back. You know, just keep coming back. You can't stop me from coming back. Like, you might beat me the day of, or you might, you know, get one over me, but I'm gonna keep coming back. And I like playing the game. I don't care if I lose or win. I just want to keep coming back and keep proving it to myself.
Gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? All right, let's hit it.
Jacob, tight game.
Don't let him get comfortable.
Don't let him grab your head either, Jacob. Tight game, big guard.
Go unders if you need to. Again, go under the forehead.
Bajar esa rodilla aquí para el mat y pasar para acá.
Gonna pass that side.
Some arm drags there, Jacob.
You get that overhook if you need to, pull back, double unders, pull back. Start stuffing the head towards the bottom.
Try to remember it's over there. Yeah.
Jiu-Jitsu. Beautiful. Get in deeper, get in deeper, get in deeper. You're on top now.
Pasa.
Recenter, guys.
Breathe.
7 minutes left.
35.
Drag, control. I need you controlling a little bit more.
Let's look for some clinches, Jacob. Don't wait for them to pass.
That's
Go.
all.
Yep. Turn that over. Yeah, all that back too.
Get that head placement. Get that good head placement. Flatten them out. Fly over.
Elevator or stand. There we go.
Pass right there, right? Pass right there. Twist your side.
Gotta make a move, okay? You can't let him sit there. go. When we move a little bit. You're flying.
Eso, controla, estable en posición primero, que no recupere. Control those hips.
Inside, let's go. Yeah, you can't stop moving right here. No, we want right here. Jacob.
Scoot your head out of there, Jacob.
Gotta move. Gotta let him chill there. He's planning out when to explode. You gotta move.
Acciona primero.
5 minutes.
You gotta move. You can't sit here. Can't chill, Jacob. Can't chill.
Start scooting that head out, Jacob. You can attack that arm.
You gotta move. You gotta
there,
move. You gotta get your head out of there.
Termina tu mura. Termina tu mura.
Frame
No
on
está
that
usando
knee.
esa presión.
You're gonna start taking it. You're gonna start
Dobla
taking
su,
it.
con el 4 dobla su brazo.
You can still turn down with that grip, and they can just get your head out of there.
They don't think much, Jacob.
Movimiento rápido. Ahí va, ahí va.
You're trying to
Toca su
slow
cabeza,
down.
toca su cabeza con tus rodillas.
Just start getting your head out slowly, okay?
Just swing your head out. Work that head free. There we go. Perfect.
There it is. There it is. There it is.
Frame.
Pop
Start
your
putting
head.
that knee in. Keep
Get
working
your
that
knee
knee in.
inside.
You got to keep that knee position. There we go. Breathe, Jacob. Breathe.
Gotta get him to some sort of game, some sort of guard. Can't just chill, okay? Nothing there. Vamos a pegar,
Pasa, pasa. Toca arriba y pasa. Trata de dar la espalda.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful, Jacob.
Todavía.
It's there, it's there. Don't stop. Not done stopping.
Saca tu rodilla.
Yes.
Look at home.
Breathe.
Okay. Saca tu rodilla. Sigue empujando esa pierna.
Bring it to your
Try to
chest.
work that foot out of our knee bit. Try to pop your hips. Pop your hips up over that.
Reset.
3 seconds. 2:30 left.
30, Jacob. Let's go.
You're good right there.
Okay, don't get lazy here, Jacob.
Tienes que pasar, Chuy. Cuando pasas, cuando está el peligro.
You got your arms around there, snap that head down.
Sí, sigue pasando, sigue pasando, sigue pasando. Sigue para acá, para acá.
Okay, you just gotta look to explode with that half, Jacob. Don't get lazy.
Nothing there.
Don't try to force your entry, Jacob. Not get lazy. Breathe, guys, breathe.
Control the wrist. Control yours. Nothing down. There you go.
One minute.
Jump over you. slow down for the time.
Short time, Jake. Be careful. Don't get lazy. Keep that guard.
10 seconds.
Don't leave anything hanging.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Time! Timekeeper, are you ready?
Let's feel out some control here first. Real tight.
All right, you got what you want?
Feel out some control first.
You have what you want? Yep. He's gonna try to
You
explode.
got it. Ready, set, go!
There we go. Beautiful. Slow bang here, Jacob.
Sigue girando hacia él.
Good. Yes. Keep that elbow tight.
Eso, sigue girando hacia él.
Like that, Jacob. Stay on it. Stay on it.
Control your back. Put your hand back.
Have the opportunity. You can go to that short start from there. Just go down on it. You don't like that short choke now, Jacob.
Sigue girando hacia acá. Sigue girando hacia para acá.
Good tight, keep your elbow low. Get your other hand back.
Bite the wrist,
Go
grab the
choke,
wrist.
go choke.
Grab the
Belly
wrist.
down, belly down, belly down. Other way, Jacob. Other way. Yep.
1 minute.
Work your short choke first.
Con tu para ese lado.
Establish that seatbelt. Get that seatbelt back. Pull those elbows in.
Throw that arm over there.
Take it home.
Go for the seatbelt.
Nope.
No, don't work those double unders.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Jacob, stay on it, Jacob.
Stay on the whole time. Chuy!
30 seconds.
Let them hold you there, Jacob. That's okay. Let them hold you there. Keep tapping the neck.
Don't walk towards the
Catch
wall.
it.
No wall.
Catch it.
No wall.
Don't attack, Jacob. Don't attack.
10 seconds. Tapping the next game.
Hey, where are you walking?
5, 4, 3, 1.
Time! What? That was it.
That's not a spike.
I just like it.
Let's go. Bottom of the second.
I mean, I'm open to discussion later.
Okay. No, it's okay.
Just tuck your head in.
Not shining, no.
I know you're it's okay.
All right, timekeeper, you ready? You got what you want? You got, no, wait. He's got to get both hands on the, there. All right, got what you want? Got what you want? I'm gonna make you go forward a little bit. All right, ready, set, go!
Go on, Jacob. Let's go. Go, 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 go. You can't
Start
just
touching that elbow.
Back at you, back at
He's tired, Jacob. Let's go.
Go,
Let's go.
go.
Let's go, Jacob. Come on.
Can't stop moving,
Tuck that
Jacob.
elbow. Start turning. Tuck that tuck. Turn those hips.
Go to the other side,
Let's go, Jacob.
Go to this side.
Let's go, Jacob.
Keep on turning. Head to the mat. Get your hips
This side, don't let him get on the mat.
Get your hips off the mat.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Go to the other side too.
Yup. Keep on turning. Keep on turning. Keep on turning. Keep on turning. Keep your head to the mat.
Go for those hips.
Chuy, mete la cabeza ahí. Mete tu cabeza
There
ahí.
we go. Yes.
Go, go, turn, now.
Keep driving with your feet. Let's go. Our shoulders free, so frame off on that knee.
Usa eso para ponerlo para ese lado.
Our shoulders free, frame the knee. There we go. Scoot, scoot, scoot. Drive with your feet. Keep driving, Jacob. Post both your feet. There we go. There we go.
Keep on going back.
You can frame that inside
Keep on
knee too.
moving. Keep on moving. Keep on moving.
Left elbow on that inside knee.
Both your arms and both your feet.
Ponle esa muñeca con las dos manos.
Go. Now. Go. I need a little bit of explosion right here. Turn your hips. Go.
Let's go, Jacob. We're almost out. Dude, we're like out right now. Let's go.
No chill zone. Let's go.
Start turning. Keep turning, Jacob.
Turn now.
Beautiful.
Out. Time. Is that what you want? Yeah.
Ready, set, go!
Good head position, Jacob.
No chill zone.
Get
We're
that
working
chin
the
over
whole time.
shoulder.
You already had them deep. You can go into it again. This time I need 2 hands on that.
Time to that position, please. That's why you need that head position.
Controla uno de sus brazos,
That chin over shoulder. There we go. Beautiful.
Controla uno de sus brazos y extiéndelo.
I'm gonna try to stand up and it's fine, but then we're gonna keep my head
If he
high.
starts to stand up, lean off to one side and try to keep him on the ground. Stands up, that's everything. Just grab that 5-0 and lean off.
Head tight.
Lean off.
Both now going for the neck already.
Throw that choking on.
Just try to work back to the
Get your butterfly to the other side of his leg.
Stand that choking on and throw it over your head.
He's gonna try to dive
Tuck
again.
that head. Good head position. Other side.
Always touching your head.
Move away. There we go.
You're gonna get frustrated right now.
Let's
Over. I want it over. I want it over.
Full tight clinch. Elbows are tight. Make a good head position. We're ready for that roll too. We're gonna keep our head tucked. Look at that roll.
3 times all day, baby.
We're back in that final roll. We're good. We're good. Keep on. Hey, put a little pressure on that body triangle. Put a little pressure on that body triangle too. Let's get back to that seatbelt. And let's put a squeeze on it.
Don't let him escape. Over on there, keep your head position
20
tight.
seconds.
Start going for the choke.
And try to flatten him out there, Jacob.
He's gonna try to do
Hips
his
out.
Take it home. Take it home.
Just
Smash
hips
it.
out there.
Smash.
Beautiful. Yeah. Thread it through with the short grip and then get to your full rear naked. Thread it through
5,
with that short grip.
4, 3, 2, 1.
On the spike level? Or slam, the slam level? Yeah.
Like jumping back and
It
landing.
was closer, but I wouldn't call it there. But like,
Was that illegal?
I mean, we let it go, so it is legal. But
Just be careful on the slams. Yeah, he's warned. He's warned. Yeah, it wasn't that crazy.
Yeah, it wasn't that crazy.
All right. Hands it. You got what you want? You got what you want? Ready, set, go. Go. You gotta move.
Keep stomping that roach.
Let's try to use that right foot to free our left
Stomping
leg.
that roach. Stomp that roach there, right there.
Start trying to pull those hips out.
Hips out.
Use that right
Your
leg
right
to
foot
help
deep,
pull
stomp
your
that
left
roach.
leg.
Yes, Lord.
That's what I want.
Ah, beautiful.
Deep to
If
your
you
hip.
can get that right foot into his other armpit, that's also
Keep
good.
putting pressure, don't let go of that leg and keep stomping that roach.
There, kid. Let's get that. Let's get that arm back.
It's only a matter of time, too. It's only a matter of time.
Stand.
Keep extending. There it is. It's going. It's coming. It's
Nothing
coming. It's
there.
coming. It's coming, shoot.
It's not coming. Jacob, we gotta keep on moving though. We gotta keep on moving though.
Jake, can we work that right foot into his other armpit?
Keep hugging your right arm.
Jacob, you can't chill there.
There it is. Look at it. He's about to free grip.
Yeah.
Deep hook. Keep that hook in deep though. There it is. Look at it. He's about to free grip. There it is.
Let's
Jacob,
try
we
to
gotta
get his
move.
right foot to his other armpit.
Keep that wrist.
Now turn the staff.
1 minute.
Right, Chuy. It's only a matter of time. Look at it. It's only a matter of time, Chuy.
Jacob, you gotta keep on
There it is, Chuy.
escaping. You gotta move your head. Eso.
Again. You gotta do it again. Keep your hips in tight.
He's got his grips
Keep your hips in
together.
tight on that shoulder.
Beautiful, Jacob. Don't let go of that arm. Good. You chilling.
30 seconds.
Nothing.
Find his staff. Find his staff.
Gotta stack now. Let's go.
Finish that, Chuy. Finish that. Extend that, Chuy. You got it, Chuy. You got it. Extend it.
Let him go. Jacob, you can't let it go.
10 seconds.
10, 9,
Put your hips in there, Jacob.
7, 6.
Hang on, Jacob. Short time.
5, 4,
Short time.
3, 2, 1.
Time. One more round, baby.
Good head position.
Remember, watch the slams.
Got what you want. Got what you want.
Ready, set.
Good head position.
Go.
Good head position. Close those elbows off.
He's tired.
Hold one of those chokes. Throw that choke on.
That ear to ear. Ear to ear a little bit better. Ear to ear a little bit better. There you go.
Turn it. Keep going. Spiral. Keep going.
Try to tuck it.
You gotta turn, Chuy. You gotta gator roll. Keep gator rolling.
And hang off to one side.
Bring him back, Bring him over, put your hips. Pull forward, towards me,
Front roll out of your face. It's still front roll here.
Keep doing that, Chuy. Go ahead and push it to the front.
Front roll. Take that leg. Beautiful.
Turn.
Give me a butterfly in the back of the leg. Slowly getting in. 5-0 grip. 1-5-0 grip.
Turn. Keep going. Keep turning.
Hang on. Jacob, good head position. Fix your heel, please. Let's not work with those double unders.
We're still going for the finish.
Just working your way in. We're good. Beautiful.
Chuy.
Time! Give it 100.
Your hand at the hip.
Yeah, what you want. Ready, set, go! You gotta move, Jacob. Go. Look for the other
Now
guy.
turn to snap. Let's get out here, Jacob. This is it, Jacob.
You get out, you're done.
Keep that deep hook.
For this match. You gotta go, you gotta get out. It might be on time, Let's go, start moving. You gotta start moving, Jacob.
This is it, Jacob.
Get your knees.
There it is, Chuy.
If anything, go down, you go. Go.
Finish that, Chuy. Finish that, Chuy.
Yeah, somebody gets some ice. All right. Winner by armbar in overtime. If we have some Advil, somebody. Yeah, there's some CBDs up front.
Damn.
That's great.
Representing 10th Planet Freaks, Ben Eddy. And from Alliance MMA, Wilson Hayes.
Going into that, I'm like, damn, okay, my first combat jiu-jitsu match is gonna be with Wilson Hayes. All right, cool. But you know, it's a day of stuff like that. You don't have that long to think about it. The biggest thing that gets to us, right, is this build-up. So there's kind of a nice freedom about just hearing day of who you're gonna go against. I was really excited that I had got the match with like the #1 seed person. I was gonna get to have a match that day. I was mostly pretty hyped. I was pretty focused. I was feeling good. We were rolling, and I just happened to pull full guard at the right time. He happened to fall into it, and I happened to be able to pull that dead orchard. Realistically, just everything there just went right for me. Sometimes that just happens. Sometimes just everything goes right. Because the first few times I tried to finish, I couldn't catch him in that dead orchard, and I just kept telling myself, okay, whatever you do, just make sure you don't lose it, okay? Just do not let this beast out. He's gonna start slapping the shit out of you. Just make sure you keep him here. Make sure you finish from this position. It was a great first combat jiu-jitsu match. A nice entry, and definitely one of those moments that I'll always just get to remember. You know, always just get to enjoy. I really was able to take it in that day, and that's the kind of stuff we compete for. That's the reason why we do this, to test ourselves, to get these hidden, unseen opportunities, to have surprises, to get challenges. It's why we do this. So that was a beautiful day.
And now armbar coming. Oh, Ben Eddy by submission. He stops Wilson Hayes. Wow, what a win.
All right, timekeeper, are you ready? Zisu, gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Let's hit it.
Let's go, Big C.
Watch the snaps, get the collar ties off. No takedowns to dominant positions here.
Patience, patience, patience.
Collar for wrist control here too. Get in a better stance than that. Good. Good. Right to your knee. Right to your knee. Break that posture. Lay down.
You know where you're safe.
Nice and tight.
Break the posture down.
Bring that guard up.
Pummel your left arm in. Pummel your left arm in. Posture. There we go.
There you go. Nice and tight. Fix the grip.
Let's go, Lindsay. Don't wait.
Hey, push. Bring his head down. Bring his head down.
Hold the head.
Keep the head down.
There you go. Fix the grip.
Just like you go
Animation here.
I'm Jay-Z, so you can...
Pummel.
You don't want none of
When it
that.
goes for that can opener, pummel both arms in.
Looking good, just like we talked about. Just like we talked about.
Leg lock.
All right, recenter, recenter.
Hey, let's breathe here. Breathe. Pummel inside. You know inside control here from. Inside control here.
Here you go. Take your time.
Bend your knees. Keep the grip slow.
You take your time too, Zisu.
Be great. Be great.
Be greater, Zisu.
You can't just copy all my shit, bro.
Soft or whatever.
I took time to come up with this.
Make Mexico great again.
Make Mexico great again, Vince. Let's go.
Bring your knee.
La espalda, Vince. La espalda. Take it back. Take it back. Swing that right leg around his hips. Swing that right leg around his hips.
Swing your right leg up. There you go.
Pressure, pressure, push it.
Watch that darts here. Take the darts here.
Gotta
Keep that right underhook there. You have your right leg long step too. You got to pummel your left knee in. Block his hip. There you go. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Block that hip. Right knee.
Keep his chest up. Keep his chest up. Take care of that left leg for me. Take care of that left leg.
There it is.
Now the right.
Pop your shoulders.
Respect. Respect. Respect.
Inside control here. Let's take the pace. He's not going to like that pace the whole time. Let's keep it going.
Go, Vince.
Let's not expose our side too much
Stick
here.
it to the ground already. Go. Top or bottom.
Inside control here. Inside control here. Inside control. Get him off. Get back on side. Nope.
Elevate those butterflies.
You don't want none of that. There you go. Attack.
There you go. Get that underhook on that leg. Get that underhook.
Heavy knee.
Take your time here.
Schoolyard trip.
Go under pad.
Keep that. Elevate, elevate.
Watch the hip switch here. Let's get the butterflies in. Get wrist control. Get him off your armpit. Get him off your armpit. There we go. Let's work on that wrist control.
Breathe, guys. Breathe.
Get him off your wrist. Get him off your wrist.
Just one. You can pull your elbows back to your wrist.
Hey.
No, don't reach for that.
Hey.
Get that butterfly in.
Hey.
Let's get her
Space. See your butt. Push your butt into the space.
Let's get your butterfly in.
Scoop that butt back.
Hey. Like three and then pummel it
Up.
back
Keep
in.
your chin over his elbow. Chin over his elbow. Keep your chin over his elbow. Crush that underhook. Crush that underhook. There you go. There you go.
Go for the ghost right there.
Así merote, papá. Pale.
Watch that north south. Watch that north south.
Push your hand into his hips.
Frame Zisu.
No, don't let me get up. I want that hand.
In
It's
through
up.
here.
It's up. It's up.
In through here.
Keep his hands on head, Zisu. Hands on head.
Let's work that right butterfly. Let's work that right butterfly.
Home crowd.
Those legs, Zisu. Back to chin.
Get that right leg out.
Push it down.
Advance your position. Take it back. Take it back. There it is. I want the back take shoes.
Hey, let's get that wrist off. No wrist control. Watch the hip switch.
Get rid of that belly. Hey,
Let's go.
Sigue.
I want a back take.
Let's go.
He knew. Okay.
There we go.
Every night. Zisu is here.
Well, I mean, he does it all the time. Thank you.
This is for the EBI CJJ Bantamweight belt.
Going against Nick Constantine, I was like, okay, nice, okay, awesome. So I'm gonna get to now go for a belt. It's gonna be a super fight, so I just have one match. You know, super fights are kind of nice. You kind of get to program towards a certain opponent. You know what's coming up. You know you only have one match to really get ready for. It's very different than a tournament. Watching Nick and seeing Nick's matches and seeing his style, you know, I saw that he was a tough, scrappy grappler who was, you know, really skilled, but you know, he's mainly just a grinder. I always respect anyone who runs their own gym, competition or not. When you've been in front of people and you have to coach, you're at a certain level. So I knew it was going to be a certain battle, but I was looking forward to it. I was really looking forward to that match. And it turns out he was scrappy as hell. In my rubber guard, he survived all of it. I've never ever got to that many rubber guard positions on somebody and had them survive. And he was getting some good slaps in on me and making me move and work, and we were both feeling it, I'm sure, cardio-wise. But just mental-wise, I was like, damn, there's so much failure, you know? And I remember getting to the overtime and thinking, I remember needing to make a mental switch. I was getting to the overtime and I was kind of down on myself, and I noticed that, and I was like, okay, you need to stop this. You have to pull this one out. You've got to pull this one out. Arm bars are so hard to finish. People are so good at getting out of them. You have to be ready to break the arm with an arm bar. You can't just play it nice at all or anything. Like you've got to get breaking power. You must feel that you have breaking power. The point where you feel like you can break his arm, that's the only point that they're going to tap. Afterwards, getting the black belt, that was a lot. I'm just like kind of holding the belt there, and then, you know, all of a sudden I see this black belt. I'm like, damn, no way, you know? And I mean, it was amazing to have, you know, what I felt like all my coaches were there on stage. Denny Procopos, who I'd started with in San Francisco. Gio was there, Gio was competing, he was there on stage as well, and of course Eddy gave me the black belt, and so it was really special. Gio is also going to be in this event, and as it always goes for teammates, we put them on the same side of the bracket, so I have a lot of time with Gio. Gio and I have a lot of roll time, and so we know each other's games inside and out. We know each other's minds inside and out. The combat jiu-jitsu side of it, I think neither of us are really that heavy into slaps anyway, so that side of it I don't think really have to worry about mentally, in the sense of like, oh man, I gotta hit my training partner, I gotta hit my friend. I'm not really looking to slap too much anyway. I might use it here and there in order to say, hey, you need to move, or hey, you need to make a decision. I'm gonna use it in that way, but not in a trying to finish the fight way. Your best rolls constantly happen in the gym. So this is just finally a chance to, I guess, in a way, to get one of those Gio and Ben Eddy matches on tape and in front of people. Just focus on keeping myself, you know, good and healthy and happy and ready, and stay open to what the day might bring, you know.
how you end up here.
Boom. There it is.
Hi, bring it down.
Pressure, pressure, pressure. Looking to stack you. Put him in guard. Put him in guard. Push him back. Breathe. Frames, frames, frames.
Disrupt.
Frames. Breathe. Where's that Kazushi at? Where's that Kazushi? Get him off me.
Get him off your head here. Pummel your right arm and get him off your head here. No head control here, Brandon.
Just keep them flat.
Drop him down. Pull him in. Pull him in. Pull him in. Arm drag.
Yep. Push that leg down. Look to staple across.
Grab that head. Control his head. Or it's in back there from anywhere. Those frames up. Triangle there.
Frames, no left arm wrist control.
Just watching those inverted.
Like those legs. Like those legs. Frames. Breathe, breathe.
Start to get that
Back,
head
arm
on
drag, arm drag, arm drag. Breathe, breathe.
Reset.
Hey, let's dictate how we go, how we end up on bottom here. Don't stand up and wrestle if you don't want.
Let's keep them off our head a little bit. There we go.
Pull him in.
Like down to middle. Combo in those cut throughs with those leg leaps.
Notice what happens.
Put back in there.
Pull him in. Frames, frames. Always spiral, spiral. Spiral. Come under, come under. Arm drag. Why his arms are like that? You can arm drag.
Let's start bringing our arm through. Yep, to the inside. Let's lift
No
that
inside
hip.
control here. No inside elbow here.
Yes.
There you go.
No, let's get that inside elbow up.
Spiral.
Smash down. You can look for that BJ pen too. Hold the foot across.
No
Hold
head
the foot
control.
across.
Pull your right arm in.
Start stuffing his knee in.
Want some more aggressiveness from the bottom. Get after it. Get after it.
Yeah.
Get after it. Breathe. Spiral. Let's go. Let's go.
Keep up the pace, Tony. Start shoving that knee down. Look for BJ pens.
Hey, we gotta get his arm off your hip
Yep.
here.
Get
No
heavy with your
inside
chest.
control on the hip.
Bring your chest over his knee a little bit too, right? Start stuffing it too. Watch that. Go truck.
There it is. Pass it inside.
All the way out. All the way
Running.
out. All the
Keep
way out.
running. Come up. Come up.
Push
come
that
up,
top
come
knee.
up,
Get on top here.
Come up. Come up. Come up. Come up in knee slides. Come up in knee slides. Come up in knee slides. Stay set up. Pull him in. Pull him in. Pull him in. Push him back. Push him back.
Heavy with your head too, right?
Push him back. Push him back. That leg is right on the side of you. Push him back. Control the head. Control the head.
Control the head and square up.
Keep bringing that head down.
Keep up the pace. Get
Get aggressive. Get aggressive.
Hips heavy.
No head control here.
Keeping it going. The other way.
Right.
Yep. I'm close. Right, one way or the other.
Close guard. More aggressive.
Yep. Yep. All the way.
Open up your legs. Open up your legs. Boom. There it is. Swipe
that posture here.
Break them down.
Down the middle.
Underhook.
Get him off your arms.
Nice.
Nice. Go.
Punch in the neck. Punch in the neck.
Step on his
Don't let
head.
him get an angle. Look to get your knee through when you
Step
get
on
your
the
chance.
neck. Yep. Exactly.
On the head,
Punch him in the
grab
neck.
him.
Punch him in the neck a little.
Inside
Give him a
control.
little
Sneak in
something
and
to
knee
think
down the
about.
middle. Let's get that foot
Breathe.
off our hip too.
Oh, nice. Kickstand. Get that kickstand on him. Hop up. Shake, 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 shake. Zombie, shake,
Watch
shake,
that
shake.
angle.
Just
keep
stack
steady
it.
angle.
You can always
Stay on
underhook the
same
leg
line.
to get that
Stay on
stack
the same
off.
line. Keep your shoulders free. Stay on the
Nice.
same line.
Shake,
Keep
shake,
your
shake,
shoulders
shake,
free.
shake, shake. Breathe.
Down the middle when you
Zombie. Oh yeah, under.
Pressure, pressure.
Let's get that hand off the hip
Heavy
here.
with the
That
chest
hand
on
off
the
the
hips.
hips.
Hand off the
Heavy
hip
with
here.
the chest on the knees.
No head
Hands on the
control.
hips
No
all the
head
way over,
control.
right?
Invert.
Combos.
Invert,
Keep it
invert.
going. To the back, to the
The
back.
close guard. Back to
There we
close
go.
guard. Oh.
Leg drag, leg drag.
Back to close. You can always gable grip under
Keep
that
that foot
leg.
movement. Nice. Yep, side to side combos.
Close
Heavy,
guard
heavy,
again.
heavy. Keep his hips elevated. Push him
Breathe.
over.
Breathe. You're here inverted. You can always yank them. Yank
All the
them
way
in.
over, right? One side.
Close
the other.
squat
No problem.
crunch
Same
again.
thing, right?
Arm drag squat crunch. Arm drag squat crunch. Bam, just control.
Start sneaking that knee down the middle.
You can always go spider web right here.
Watch that angle. Stay on that same line. Stay on that same line. Stay on that same line. Let's get that foot off the hip. Get your hip through.
If
Get
you
your
want
hip
to go
through.
Omo and just let him step over, right in the legs, you
Stay
can
on that
always do
same
that
line.
too.
Keep your shoulders exposed.
You start getting your knee down the middle.
Breathe, breathe. You got this. You're down deep. You like, breathe, breathe, breathe.
Keep the breath steady.
You got your breath. You got the stack.
Yep, always swimming for that inside, right? Looking for that posture.
If he pops up, you got his leg. Sweep him.
Get ready.
Sweep him.
Watch that angle. Regain the angle. Regain the angle.
Swat.
Just watch that angle, right? Just fundamentals here.
Step on his hip.
Look to get out when your chance is there, right? Stay safe.
On the
Break
bottom.
your pass when your
There you
chance
go.
is there.
Get that nice
Yep, all the way.
Almost.
There. Now.
All the way through, all the way through. Start stepping over that leg that your cut throughs there too. Stepping over. Combo cut throughs with your leg beat, side to side.
Under.
Yep. Pressure.
Push him with the heel.
All the way through, all the way through. You gotta keep that top knee. Keep that top knee.
Right there, I'm gonna Jackie Chan at the end of that. Minari, let's go. Breathe.
Excellent ground retention, Brandon.
Breathe.
Make him work here.
There it is. All right, east side.
There we go. Right arm behind the elbow.
Breathe. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Breathe. Boom. Russian. Whole legs. Breathe.
Brandon, come up.
Straight through the middle.
Hey, he's getting tired here. Come up, Brandon.
Come up.
Come
And
up.
grab him.
Do a technical stand up right there, Brandon.
Close guard.
Technical stand up.
Drive. Arm drag. Fight. Frame.
3 minutes.
Smash. Knees inside. Breathe, Lim, breathe. Invert. Think about your pressure. Always be next, break the arm and get him off you.
No cradle here. Bring that
Frames. Get under him. Let's go. Slide in there, Lim. Wrist control.
Brandon, stand up.
Let's go.
Stand up.
Breathe.
Hey, he's
Let's go,
getting
let's go.
tired. Snap.
Snap
Heavy
him
on the
down.
head. Snap
On the
down.
head. Sprawl. Bang. Breathe. Minari. He's looking to shoot.
There it is. Get on the top. Come on, sir.
Breathe.
Gotta be that top knee,
Think
right?
about getting that leg inside. Arm drag.
Using those hips, right? Using those arms.
No head control here.
Bring him in.
Stepping over.
Always looking.
Yeah, let's go. Let it go. Let's leave it here.
Pull him in the guard. Hold. Triangle.
Yes, keep that knee in the middle.
2 minutes.
Pull that foot across.
Push him
Pass
away.
the other way. Pull that foot across.
Push him away.
Trust it.
Take it.
Back on top.
Come on.
Knee all the way out. Back on top. Knee all the way out.
Get on top, Brandon. Get on top. Come up. From the knee line.
Breathe.
Yeah, keeping them flat. Beautiful, Tony.
Breathe, Lim. Breathe. Focus.
Keep playing that game.
Brains.
No head
Arm
control
drag.
here.
Stuff. Heavy with the chest on the knee. DJ Penn.
Don't let him grab your head. Keep your inversions nice
Combo.
and tight.
The
There's
other
a
way
triangle.
behind. Back.
There it is. Get that leg on.
There you go, Brandon.
Overhook.
Stay.
Let's do.
You're chilling. Keep going.
Keep him let him drive in. Breathe.
All the way out. All the way out.
Come up.
On top here. On top here.
All the way out. Back on top.
Come up.
On top here.
Get that
Doesn't
off.
want to be on bottom.
Come up, Lim.
Come on, Joe.
1 minute.
Breathe.
1 minute.
Go, Lim. Breathe. Focus. Get under this guy.
No arm drags. Just work the head here. Snaps. Push, pull, snap.
Minari, breathe.
Be dynamic.
Grind D away.
Heavy hips.
Let's go. He's backing up. Breathe.
Nice.
Inside. Close
Down the
guard.
middle. Go.
Range.
Short time. Less than a minute. Less than a minute.
Get back. Come back.
Yes.
Let him overhook.
Keep that.
Range. Come
30
up.
seconds.
Breathe.
Yep. Start wrapping up. Pull that far knee in.
Breathe.
Yes. Heavy hips.
Under him. Bam. There it is.
Take it.
Move. Take him.
Take it.
Take him.
All the way out.
Take him.
Yeah. You're out of there.
Reset.
Let's go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Position.
Ear to ear the entire time.
Ready, set, go.
Ear to ear.
Get your back on the mat. Yeah. Keep turning. Under the turn. All the way. All the way. All the way. All the way. Keep going. Keep going. You gotta pull your elbow all the way. All the way. Keep going. Beautiful shoulder. You got what you want, okay? All right. Ready, set, go.
Take off, take off, take off. Back to the mat, back to the mat, back to the mat, back to the mat, back to the mat. Keep going, back to the mat.
Shoulder grip. Shoulder grip. Heavy hips. Heavy hips. Hips down. Hips down. Flatten him out. Stay on his back though. Stay on his back. Stay on.
Back to the mat. Let's go. Keep rolling. Keep rolling.
Stay on. Roll with them. Stay with him, Tony. Stay with him, Tony. Stay with him, Tony. Move those. You got what you want? You got what you want? Take a side. Ready, set, go! Turn, turn, turn. Both feet on the mat, come towards me. Turn, turn. Side to side until you get a good turn. Keep turning, keep turning. Keep turning. You're good, keep turning. Yeah, that's it. That's it, keep turning. Come all the way. Side to side. Keep turning. Keep turning. Keep turning. Good leg. Ready, set, go!
Take him out. Let's go. Let's go. Drive.
Shoulder grip.
Focus.
Get your finish. Get that finish. Stay on him. Go with him. Go with him. Stay on him. Go with him. You gotta stay with him, Tony. Keep going. Stay with him. There he is. Keep that triangle. Get that finish, Tony. Get that finish. What you want? Ready. Set. Go. Control first. Control first. Get him on his back. Leg curls. Leg curls. Leg curls. Leg curls. All the way up. Get up there, Lou. Start getting up. Start getting up. Hold it. Yeah. Yes.
Down.
Yes. Keep fighting. Get your leg free. Get your leg free and start coming up. Keep getting out. Keep getting out.
Take it. Throw the hit.
Go.
Let's go,
Ready, set, go.
Right away. Come up. Come up.
Go to your chest.
Come up.
Come up. Kick through. Kick.
Come on.
That's a tight one. That's a tight one. Don't give it up. Got it now? Got it?
It's on, yeah.
All right, winner by fastest escape.
It starts with at least have one option before you get all of them. There's 4 or 5 different things you could do when your arms are tired, when you're in the mount. Or gable grip the fishnet and then roll, boom. Or do it all at once. Or do that all at once. Or go to the back, tries to get his elbow back, boom. Or maybe to get his hand here. Go through all those options, piece by piece. Got that? Start from the mount, under jack, head and armpit, chopping block. Pretend you're tired from chopping block, and now you gotta think of the options.
Let's do it! You got it.
Hey, Zisu, pace here. Let's go pace here. Let's push the pace higher. Inside control. No takedowns to dominant positions here. Let's be smart.
Watch that shirt.
No reaching either. Let's step in. Get him off your head here, no collar ties. He's not going to want to be on bottom, so let's dictate the pace here.
Nice.
There it is.
Watch the triangle, arm bar.
You don't need to stand up. You got a posture here. Grab that shit.
Knee in his butt. Posture.
His legs are locked. Eso, Chuy. Eso, Chuy. Ahí está. Sigue empujándose todo. Sigue empujando todo. Sigue empujando todo. Sigue apretando y dejando la cabeza. Mira, bien rato, Chuy. Ya está.
Winner by triangle, Jesus. 10-minute break. They're playing in the finals.
Joe Rogan, back when I was a purple belt and he was a blue belt, I showed him the crotch ripper, and Joe Rogan is amazing when it comes to listening to his coaches. He just listens, he never questions shit. Way back when, that's all he did. He would just crotch ripper fucking everybody. He would never twist her, never take anybody's back. For a while, he later got into the back because I had to sit him down and tell him, dude, you gotta start doing different shit. And he said, why though? No one can stop this. That was 15 years ago. And then we're right here, might as well. If I can't banana split him, boom, put him in, wrap that foot up, you okay? And then boom. It's like just a ball and socket. I feel like I could just destroy someone's fertility abilities. He straightens his leg, boom, take it this way. You understand? Once you get really good at this squeeze right here, this just becomes something that just in your blood, very hard to stop.
Gentlemen, are you ready? I'm ready. Ready? Let's hit it. Vamos, campeón. El jefe. Make Mexico great again. Let's go.
Esas rodillas a un lado.
Quiere tus piernas. Quiere tus piernas.
Now start smashing his knees one way. There you go. Now we're in your game. No problem.
Así mero, así mero.
Whoever wins this is on UFC Fight Pass. Con cachetadas.
That's right. Con cachetadas.
I'm trying to get his shoulders to the mat. Shoulders to the mat with that shoulder pressure. Yes. Yes.
Eso. Pasa, sigue pasando, sigue pasando.
Arriba.
6 minutes left, Tony.
Keep doing your thing. All the way. Posture, knee down the middle. Knee down the middle. Back. Seatbelt, chest to back.
Chuy, muévete un poquito. Gira. No te esperes ahí, güey. No le dejes mejorar tu posición. Grab me.
Take your time, take advantage. Take your time. Let's get that knee down the middle.
No le des nada, cuídame ese brazo derecho también.
Stay tight.
Busca tu grab me ya, Chuy.
Chest to back.
Keep looking for a tighter seatbelt.
Vamos a necesitar bastante energía aquí para salir.
Get that knee all
5 minutes.
Prepárate. Sigue girando. Brazo derecho. Así mero, brazo derecho al otro lado.
all the way over.
Queda tus rodillas, eso. No dejes que su pecho toque tu pecho. No dejes que... Sit out.
Sprawl harder, sprawl.
Sit out, side back.
Take it.
Nada. Hasta la pierna.
Watch your feet.
Tiene que ser rápido.
Keep your feet on the inside.
Pasa, ahí, para acá.
Yes, frame away.
Más.
Frame away, get your guard
Sigue pasando.
back. Frame, get your guard back. Watch your feet.
No te des a la pierna.
Frame.
Agarra la
All the
espalda.
way through. Triangle, pull
Pasa
that
por ahí
in.
en medio. Pasa por el medio.
Let's get his knee off.
Vamos, campeón. ¿Quieres ganar?
Triangle.
Vamos.
Double under, Chuy.
Control his posture a little bit too. You can swim all the way through. Play down here, you can triangle or Paso. Mindful of the space.
That is not the official time to go back.
All the way.
Busca el cuello ahí.
Pressure.
Saca tu brazo.
Cuídame ese brazo izquierdo.
All the way. Stay
Sigue girando.
Stay tight.
Saca tus caderas.
Baja las caderas, sigue caminando. Brazo. No va a ser fácil.
Está el cuello ahí. Ataca el cuello, está cansado, Chuy. Ataca el cuello ahí. Ahí estás. Tienes que ser más agresivo con esas oportunidades.
Más agresivo. Hay que querer ganar, papá, vamos.
Hold him all the way up. All the way in. All the way over.
Es lo que tú quieres, papi. Quieres ganar,
Oye, Puerto Rico.
De papi es Puerto Rico. Mira, papi, vamos. Mira, papi,
Párate con esa pierna. Eso.
Feet on the inside.
Pasa los días para un lado y pasa. Pesado en los
2 minutes left.
Yes, all the way. Pull him all the way in. There you go.
Ahí, entra el
Start coming up. All the way over. All the way. There it is. Start getting your knee free.
Agarra el codo. Nada, gana la posición, Chuy. Gana la posición.
Sneak that underhook on that far side. Heavy hips. Heavy hips. Turn his hips towards me. Turn back in there. Yes. Nice. There you go.
Stay low, stay low. Control the hips.
Look to beat your toes.
You got 1 minute left, Tony.
You can use your free leg too to kick off his heel.
1 minute.
Pressure. Give him pressure, Tony.
Derecho. You got 1 minute, Tony.
Give him some pressure. Let's take the back, Tony. Head and arms, Tony.
Right away.
Keep him on his back.
Párate. Otra vez. Presión. Quiero puras sumisiones aquí. Ya nomás queda menos de 1 minuto. Puras sumisiones. Gira. Agarra la posición de arriba. No le des nada. Otra vez, pura sumisión hasta que se acabe el tiempo. Vamos.
15 seconds, Tony.
15
On the
segundos.
inside. Keeping those feet on the inside.
Five, 4,
Keep going.
3, 2, 1.
Time.
Leg curl and hip
You have what you want?
Ear to ear.
Do you have what you want? Ready, set, go!
Haz puente, quítale la posición de cabeza.
Yes.
Usa tu cabeza.
Let's get that shoulder grip.
Tu cabeza al otro lado de la cabeza.
Start with the elbow. Start with the elbow tricep grip. Just keep swimming through.
Quítale la posición de la cabeza. Haz puente. Gira. Ok, gira. Gira pues. Rápido. Gira. Te vas a parar.
Let's get that
Cuídame
finish.
el cuello.
Shoulder grip, palm to palm. Human anaconda. Let's look to that full right ankle. Make those adjustments. Make sure elbow down.
No le des nada.
Controla ese brazo, controla mejor los brazos.
Stay in on him. Stay in on him.
Brazo de.
You have what you want?
Ahí.
Ready, set, go!
Presionando, stomping that road.
Hip escape, get that knee into his armpit.
No dejes que esa pierna se meta.
Hip escape, start.
Bronca ahí.
Yes. Yes. Now fight with your free leg.
No, quítale ese pie. Quítale ese pie de arriba. No me gusta ese
Start coming up.
pie. Así.
Get that leg free. Get your leg free and come up. Get your leg free and come up. Keep looking.
Se va a cansar.
Yes, all the way up. Start getting your knees under you. Start stacking.
Ataca la otra pierna. Brazo izquierdo a la otra pierna. Así, exactamente. Por arriba del hombro.
Sigue presionando.
Pierna arriba de tu hombro izquierdo. Habilidad.
Bring your knees in front of him. Yes. Now start inching your elbow out.
No, just don't let go of that hook.
All the way out.
Voy a la espalda.
Venga, Chuy.
Ready, set, go!
Controla uno de sus brazos.
Quítale su posición de cabeza. Métele la cabeza.
Stay on him. Let's build
Al
some
otro
time.
lado,
Let's build
cabeza
some
hacia
jump,
el
right?
piso, hacia tu derecha. Así me
Get
gusta,
that head
sí.
position.
Es una pelea, es una guerra. Quítale su posición.
Keep swimming that.
Es una guerra, Cale. Ahora, bájale la cadera, bájale la
Double unders for
pierna.
control.
Brazo derecho alrededor de su cabeza.
Double unders for control, but you need an over for the finish.
Tómate tu tiempo aquí, es una guerra.
Ahí va poco a
No te va a dar nada.
Estás progresando poco a poco, Chuy.
Poquito a poquito, progresando.
Ahí vas.
Brazo derecho,
Pesado para acá, pesado hacia acá. Sigue.
la cabeza, baja la cabeza.
Sí, salte todo.
Ready, set, go!
Yeah, come on.
Piernas fuertes.
Let's go.
Piernas fuertes. All the way up.
That road, squeezing your knees together and curling.
Start getting your knees under you. Yes, keep sprawling it out. Yes, use your legs to fight.
Stopping
Keep
that
getting your
roach,
legs
keep
free.
stopping that
Start
roach.
getting them under you.
Keep
Yeah,
them
you get your
knees.
legs free, start to get them under you. You're getting your legs free, start to get them under you.
Ahí va, Chuy, ahí va progresando.
Yep.
Sigue presionando, ahí estás. Keep stopping that road, estás agarrando tiempo ahí, no te preocupes, paciente y respirando. Mantén ese gancho seguro.
Tu tiempo, Chuy, tu tiempo.
Paciente, Chuy, espéralo. Junto.
Ready, sit, go!
Leg curl.
Presiona, presiona y te sales.
Get him to his back.
Ready, sit, go!
Keep coming up, keep coming up.
Sigue presionando.
Come up.
Mantén ese gancho profundo.
Slipping your elbow.
Mantén ese gancho
Push on the
profundo.
skin,
Empuja
twist
ese
your
codo.
elbow. Yes, keep going, keep going. Keep going, keep going. You're gonna get out. Keep pushing, keep going. Push that knee kick. All the way up.
Winner by fastest escape time, Jesus.
Urbina, Chuy Urbina. Damn, 10th Planet El Paso. Bringing up new beasts. Savage.
That's right. That's right. My cousin puts in the work, man. What can I say? You know?
This is Guito Chavez, head instructor at 10th Planet El Paso. And how long have you been with him?
I've been with him for like 10 years. 10 years plus or so.
Nice. And you wrestled in high school and college?
Division II college wrestler, yes, sir.
Nice. You can tell.
Thank you.
With some crazy legs, quads. It's gonna be awesome watching you. Now you gotta tell. You already do MMA though too. Right?
Yes, sir.
How many MMA fights have you had?
I'm 8-6, but I have like 10. I have 10 main events, and I only fight UFC guys. My last fight was against Demarcio Page. So I mean, and then before that was Joby Sanchez, who's also in the UFC. You know.
Yeah. So you're fighting some big dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Hey, you're gonna do quite well. I'm predicting in combat jiu-jitsu.
Thank you. Thank you. My name's Jesus Urbina. I'm coming out of 10th Planet, El Paso. I've been doing jiu-jitsu for over 10 years with Cristobal Chavez. Yeah, I'm a Division II wrestler. I started wrestling since I was 13. Yeah, D2. I got a scholarship for New Mexico Highlands University. I walked down, I showed up to my college, and I just took out the guy from my spot, 125 spot, and that's how I got my scholarship.
Vamos, campeón. Saca tus caderas. Saca las caderas. Sigue caminando, sigue caminando. Brazo, 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 brazo.
Jesus.
I want to see the replay. I'm just kidding. we gotta start doing instant replays. You know what I mean? Have a screen up.
We never make mistakes, so
I have 10 fights where I was a main event. I try to be as exciting as possible. Of course, I always try to get top position. I like to ground and pound. I'm not always worried about the submission. If I get it, great. But I'm trying to like S-mount somebody and just elbow them. Of course, I've had my own on combat jiu-jitsu. I tune into most of the EBIs. My favorite grapplers for sure are Giovanni Martinez and Boogeyman. You know, Boogeyman was here too, so it was like a dream come true to see him, you know? He's such a cool, down-to-earth guy, and it's like, you know, I draw inspiration from people like that, you know? I feel like this is preparing us for bigger stages, you know? Like, 10th Planet's a huge team. That being said, even though we're a team, we're constantly competing against one another, you know? So if we can make it past, like, the trials. Like if we can make the team alone, I feel like we're ready for whatever tournament comes our way, you know? Anybody could have taken it today, and it was a war. Sure, it was a war. After this, my confidence sparked the fire up under my butt. I'm ready for the next one. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you for the opportunity.
Congratulations, dude. You're gonna be on UFC Fight Pass, son.
Yeah, all right.
May 26th, he gets an alternate match guaranteed. If Gio, Martinez, or Eddy get hurt or can't compete for some reason, he's gonna step up into the main bracket. Thank you, guys.